Have you ever heard about a blue lobster? No, I'm not talking about a certain food coloring that some restaurants use to turn their lobsters a suspicious shade of light blue. I'm talking about an actual species of lobster that can be found in both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. But despite them being real, blue lobsters are so rare that they were once thought to be a myth. And because of this, blue lobsters have become one of the most expensive foods in the world. So, what exactly makes these creatures so special? Well, there are many different theories. Some say it's their rarity, while others say it's their unique appearance. Whatever the reason, there's no denying that blue lobsters are extremely valuable. In fact, they're so valuable that if you find one, you could be in for a huge payday. That's because blue lobsters are typically sold at auction for thousands of dollars. Sure, you might be able to find a blue lobster on the menu at some fancy restaurants, but it's likely that the price will be so high that you'll need to take out a second mortgage just to afford it. But even if you do have the money to spend, you still might not be able to get your hands on one. That's because many restaurants only serve blue lobsters on special occasions, and they usually sell out very quickly. But despite their rarity, many people believe that blue lobsters are worth every penny. They say that the taste of a blue lobster is unlike anything else you've ever experienced before, and it's an absolute must-try for any seafood lover. However, blue lobsters aren't the only expensive food that you might want to try. There are plenty of other dishes from around the world that are sure to tantalize your taste buds and leave your wallet feeling a little bit lighter. From caviar to truffles, here are some of the most expensive foods you should definitely try before you die. Caviar has long been considered the ultimate luxury food item, and for good reason. The process of harvesting caviar is labor-intensive and dangerous, and the result is a delicacy that can only be enjoyed by the most discerning palates. Beluga caviar is the rarest and most expensive type of caviar, and it can cost upwards of $200 per ounce. But if you're a true caviar lover, then you won't mind paying top dollar for this luxurious treat. Truffles are another highly prized ingredient that can add a touch of elegance to any dish. These funky-looking fungi can grow in various parts of the world, and they are often used in high-end cuisine. White truffles are the most prized variety, and they can cost several $100s per pound. If you're lucky enough to try a truffle, you'll notice its intense flavor that's often described as earthy, musky, and sometimes even animal-like. Saffron is one of the most expensive spices in the world, and it's also one of the oldest. This thread-like spice is extracted from the Crocus sativus plant, and it takes thousands of flowers to produce just a single ounce of saffron. Saffron is commonly used in Middle Eastern and Indian cuisine, and it gives dishes a unique golden hue and a distinct flavor that is often described as grassy or bittersweet. A single ounce of high-quality saffron can cost over $100, making it one of the priciest pantry staples you'll ever buy. Kaluga green caviar is a relatively new addition to the caviar market, but it's already made a name for itself as one of the most expensive varieties. This green-hued caviar is harvested from sturgeon fish that are farmed in Russia, and it has a distinctive seaweed-like flavor that is unlike anything else you've tried before. A single ounce of Kaluga green caviar can set you back more than $200, so it's definitely not something you'll find on every grocery store shelf. French fries might be a staple of fast food menus, but did you know that you can pay hundreds of dollars for a plate of gourmet fries? That's right. French fries have become a surprisingly expensive delicacy in some circles, and there is no shortage of trendy restaurants serving up fancy versions of this classic side dish. But why are these fries so pricey? Well, it all comes down to quality ingredients and unique preparation methods. Many gourmet restaurants source their potatoes from small farms, and they take extra care to hand-cut and double-fry the potatoes to achieve the perfect texture and flavor. Some chefs even use special techniques like slow frying or vacuum frying to create fries that are extra crispy on the outside and fluffy inside. But it's not just about the frying technique either. Gourmet fries are often served with upscale toppings that elevate them to new heights. Think caramelized onions, shaved black truffles, or even lobster. Restaurants are getting creative with their fry toppings, and the results are often surprisingly delicious. Alright, now let's talk about sushi. It's safe to say that sushi has taken the world by storm. And it is one of the most popular types of cuisine out there. But did you know that some rolls can cost well over $100? You heard that right. Sushi has come a long way from its humble beginnings, and some of the most inventive and extravagant rolls are definitely pushing the boundaries of price and presentation. We're talking about sushi rolls that are filled with ingredients like Wagyu beef, gold leaf, and even diamonds. Now, I don't know about you, but I am not sure how much I do enjoy chewing on a diamond while trying to eat my sushi. But hey, to each their own, right? Sushi has become an art form, and some chefs are creating edible masterpieces that are almost too pretty to eat. However, if you're looking to splurge on a truly unforgettable sushi experience, then you might want to consider ordering the most expensive roll on the menu. After all, it's not every day that you get the chance to try something that's both delicious and unique. Wild-caught Alaskan king crab is one of the most sought-after seafood delicacies in the world, and it's no surprise that it comes with a hefty price tag. The meat is incredibly succulent and sweet, and it's often served as a special treat in high-end restaurants. However, there are many reasons why Alaskan king crab is so expensive. For starters, the crabs have to be caught in the wild, which makes them more susceptible to fluctuations in the market and changes in the environment. Additionally, the meat is very labor-intensive to harvest, as it requires skilled fishermen to catch and process the crabs properly. Finally, demand for Alaskan king crab is higher than ever, which has driven up the price in recent years. If you're lucky enough to try this luxurious seafood, you'll understand why it's worth every penny. Bluefin tuna is another highly prized ingredient that commands a high price tag. This fatty fish is known for its rich, buttery flavor, and it's often served as sashimi or sushi. However, bluefin tuna is a vulnerable species, and overfishing has become a major concern. As a result, many countries have implemented strict regulations on the fishing industry to protect the dwindling population. This has led to a decrease in supply and an increase in price, making bluefin tuna one of the most expensive seafoods on the market. Despite its high cost, many people are willing to pay top dollar for bluefin tuna because of its exceptional flavor and reputation as a culinary delicacy. Alma's caviar is considered by many to be the best caviar in the world, and it is also one of the most expensive. This rare and highly prized caviar is harvested from the beluga sturgeon fish, which is found in the Caspian Sea. The production process is labor-intensive and time-consuming, which contributes to its high cost. In addition, Alma's caviar has a unique flavor and texture that's highly sought after by caviar enthusiasts. Its large grains have a buttery, creamy consistency and a rich, salty taste that's slightly reminiscent of almonds. Not only is Alma's caviar a luxury food item, but it's also a status symbol among the super wealthy. The exclusivity and rarity of this caviar make it a popular choice for special occasions and extravagant celebrations. Alright, now it's time for us to delve into one of the most talked about and controversial foods on our list, kopi luwak. This peculiar coffee has gained notoriety for its unique production process, which involves collecting beans that have been eaten and partially digested by civet cats. While the process may seem odd, the end result is a coffee that's smooth, rich, and free of any bitterness or acidity. However, kopi luwak's journey from the cat's digestive tract to your cup doesn't come cheap. In fact, it's as one of the most expensive coffees in the world, with prices reaching up to $150 per cup. The rarity of this coffee, combined with its unusual production process, has made it a favorite among coffee connoisseurs. But if you're not a fan of kopi luwak's unique backstory, then you might want to steer clear. That's because the coffee has been criticized for its potentially inhumane production practices. Some argue that the civet cats used in the production process are kept in cramped, unsanitary conditions, which negatively impacts their health and well-being. So, if you're thinking about ordering a cup of kopi luwak, you might want to think twice and consider the ethical implications of this unique coffee. As we wrap up our list, we hope you've enjoyed learning about some of the most expensive foods in the world. From the mysterious allure of blue lobsters to the luxurious taste of fine caviar, these dishes offer a glimpse into the world of culinary extravagance. Whether you're a foodie or just someone who appreciates the finer things in life, we encourage you to try these expensive foods at least once. But you never know, you might just discover a new favorite dish, or maybe you'll stick to more affordable options. That's totally fine too. At the end of the day, the value of food goes beyond its price tag, and it's all about enjoying a delicious meal that satisfies your taste buds and leaves you feeling content.